The favorite adult, why one person gets through when no one else can. There's always one teacher, one coach, one auntie, one neighbor. The favorite, the person the child listens to, the one they open up to, calm down for, or somehow magically respond to, while everyone else feels like they're talking to a brick wall. And parents often ask me, why them? Why not me? And the answer is both heartbreaking and hopeful. It's not about who's more fun or who gives in. It's about safety, emotional safety, because children don't attach to the person with the most authority. They attach to the person with the most regulation. Let me say that again. Children attach to the adult whose nervous system feels the safest. When a child has lived through trauma, inconsistency, or emotional absence, their body becomes an alarm system. They don't listen to words. They listen to energy, tone, posture, breath. They can sense tension before you've even spoken. So when they find an adult whose energy feels calm, predictable, non-judgmental, their body relaxes. And for the first time, they can listen. That's what we mistake for favoritism. It's not about preference. It's about physiology. That one adult feels like safety. Now, let's rewind. Imagine a child growing up in chaos, maybe shouting, stress, or silence. They learn to scan every room. Is it safe? Is it not? Who do I need to be to survive today? At school, that shows up as testing boundaries, lashing out, or shutting down. And when adults react with punishment or power, the child's body reads that as danger. But when one calm, consistent adult steps in and says, I get it. You're not bad, you're overwhelmed. Everything changes, because that's the first adult who didn't meet fire with fire. That's the first one who made safety louder than shame. And the body remembers that. That adult becomes their anchor, the one they seek when everything else feels unsafe. The one whose voice can cut through chaos because it sounds like calm. And this is why we can't do it alone. No parent, no teacher, no professional can be the only anchor a child has. It takes a village, a network of calm, consistent, emotionally available adults for a child to thrive. When adults work together instead of competing, when parents, schools, and communities unite around one message of safety, the favorite adult becomes a team, not a single lifeline, because that's what children actually need. Consistency across relationships, predictability across environments, repetition of safety until it becomes belief. But here's the painful part, and the part that gives us most power to change it. When adults are dysregulated, absent, or inconsistent, children learn to adapt. They seek regulation elsewhere. That's why when they may attach to a teacher, coach, or friend's parent, not because they don't love you, but because their body is saying, I can't breathe here. It's not rejection, it's survival. And if we take that personally instead of seeing it as communication, we miss the opportunity to repair. Because that connection they have with another adult isn't a threat, it's hope. It means your child can attach. They can trust, they can feel safe, and that's something to build from, not fight against. So instead of asking, why won't they listen to me? Start asking, what can I learn from this person that they do listen to? What energy do they bring? What tone? What consistency? Because that's the language your child's nervous system understands. And when you start to speak that language too, calm, steady, present, they'll start listening to you again. But you can't do it alone. None of us can. It takes everyone. Parents, teachers, coaches, neighbors, communities, choosing connection over competition, understanding over judgment, and regulation over reaction. Because trauma doesn't heal in isolation. It heals in relationship. And every regulated adult becomes a brick in the foundation of that healing. So yes, there's always a favorite, but maybe the goal isn't to be the one. Maybe it's to be one of many safe adults who show up, stay consistent, and make the world feel just a little less dangerous for children who's had too much to carry. Because when we all do that together, The favorite adult stops being the exception and starts becoming the norm.